What's up, guys? Welcome to John's Daily Hustle. So today we've got the mower and the Cyclone Rake loaded up. We're going to do one of our first leaf cleanups for the day, for the year. And actually it's the second leaf cleanup. First leaf cleanup for the day, second leaf cleanup of the year. But this one we're not mulching, we're actually going to be hauling it away. So I'm going to get some pretty good footage for y'all. So let's jump here to the address and I'll show you guys. Alright, so here's the backyard. This one's not as bad as I thought it would be with all these trees. There's a good bit of leaves back here. Then I'll show you all the front. The front looks pretty good. So this is the front right here. I'm actually blowing the leaves out of a ditch. It's hard to tell on camera, but there actually is a pretty decent sized ditch there, and I can't get the mower down in it, especially with the Cyclone Rake. But here you can see the rest of the front of the leaves in the front of the yard anyways, and it's really not that bad. All I'm doing right here is just getting them out of the ditch and getting it out into the open area where I can work and really get to it with the Cyclone Rake. Now next, I'm going to the backyard, and there's a fence behind me you guys will see here in a minute. All I'm doing is trying to get the majority of these leaves. As you can see, there actually was quite a good bit there, more than it looked like at first. I'm trying to get them away from the fence and away from the shed here, and again out into the open yard where I'm easily able to clean them up with the Cyclone Rake. Now I'm going to show you guys here in just a few minutes a section behind the shed. But I wish I would have just used my leaf blower to blow it out into the middle of the yard instead of doing what I did. But let's get to that in a second. Now right here is exactly what I was talking about. Now as you guys can see right there against the gate, there was a clip I did just before this, but I actually only uploaded it to TikTok. So you guys will have to follow me at John's Daily Hustle on TikTok to see that clip. But anyways, there was a short period of time where I had the arm, or the blower tube, whatever you want to call it, over the gate onto the neighbor's property there, blowing it through back into the property I'm currently on, which really helped, and it gave me a little bit of a pathway there. And then I was able to just blast it with the leaf blower like this. But as you can see, I didn't do that here, but it didn't really seem to make too much of a difference. It was, this blower is a pretty strong blower, and as you guys can tell, I was fighting the wind here. So let's see a slow motion clip with these leaves. This part right here reminds me of firecrackers, watching the leaves blow up like that, go up in the air and kind of fall back down in slow motion. I don't know if it's just me or if you guys think the same thing, but let me know. And I'll shut up so you guys can enjoy the rest of this kind of oddly satisfying leaf slow motion video clip here, and we'll jump back into talking here in a second. Alright, so now on to the business end of this leaf cleanup. So now I've got the Cyclone Rake all hooked up, and we are starting in the front yard. And this is actually my first time using the Cyclone Rake for actual leaves. I did slightly use this in the summertime right after I got it when I cut my own grass, but that was just collecting grass. So this is still getting used to it, so I guess you could say this was my first real time using it to actually do what it was intended for. I will have a review of the Cyclone Rake coming out soon, probably not long after you guys watch this video it'll be out. It's a pretty good machine, I'd say, but I'll save the rest of my thoughts on the Cyclone Rake for my review video. But anyways, right there to my right, just past where the Cyclone Rake discharge begins right there, there's a tree stump right there, so you have to be careful about it, and that's what I was trying to do. There's two tree stumps in this yard. There it is right there, you can see. And then there's one in the back behind the shed. You guys will see me go around it, and I got really close to it because I forgot it was there at one time. And I mean, the blades were just right at it, and the one in the back actually sticks up pretty good. And believe it or not, but you will hit that one right there next to me. You will hit that one if you're not paying attention when the deck is dropped and you're mowing. However, the one in the back, the deck can be raised up and you'll still hit it. So I got really close to it, but you guys will see that in a minute. And right here, I'm actually on the neighbor's yard, but the neighbor there is actually family to me, so they didn't mind me coming over there and taking some of their leaves, but we'll return for a later leaf mulching there for them. Alright, so the speed of this next clip you'll see, I did speed up quite a good bit, so it's not completely boring for you guys to watch, but you guys can really see me in use here, and I did turn the volume on it down because both the Cyclone Rake and the mower together is definitely extremely loud. So anyways, you can see all the dust and stuff being kicked up from the Cyclone Rake, and that's kind of important when you're using it. You got to be careful about dust and protecting your eyes. What you just seen me do, you're probably wondering, did I just reverse this video? No, I actually backed the Cyclone Rake and the mower up completely, coming back down on the backstroke. It seemed to help pretty good when it was thick. I was able to go over it twice, and also when I'm up there by them trees, as you can see, me whipping that thing around, it's not the best thing to turn around anyway, so sometimes it's just easier for me to back it up and go backwards, which you'll see me do that a lot, especially here in a clip coming up pretty soon. I'm going to be behind the shed you see to the right of the building there. I'm going to set the camera just behind that, and you'll see me back the mower up quite a lot as I'm trying to maneuver around this yard, especially up there by all the trees and everything. I just think that mower looks good, and even with the Cyclone Rake, I think it looks pretty awesome. Alright, so this is behind the shed like I was talking about, and you can see the leaves piled up. They are pretty darn thick there as I'm just plowing them and pushing them right now. So I had to constantly keep backing up and driving forward and backing up and adjusting the deck height, raising it up, trying to get it. And you see me back up right there. I got really close to the shed. I wasn't paying attention that time. You know, that thing is long. The mower itself is about 7 feet long, and the Cyclone Rake is about another 6.5 to 7 feet long. So you got 14 feet that you're having to deal with there. It's kind of a boat, but anyways, it works really well, like I keep saying. But you guys will see me right here. I'm gonna come right up against the camera, and I'll be pushing leaves right up to it. It's kind of satisfying to watch, but you'll see how thick they really are right there. Alright, so what I'm getting ready to do is blow off the mower, both the motor on my zero turn and the motor on the Cyclone Rake there, to keep it clean of debris. Which one, I love that echo, easy start, just one pull and it fired up cold like that. And now I'm getting ready to go walk. You'll see me, it's going to be fast paced. So I'm going to blow everything away from the trees and the fence, because as I was running I kind of pushed some leaves around, and the force of the deck kind of blew some leaves around too. So now I'm just re-blowing them back, trying to get them out in the open. And this is the part where I said earlier where I wished I would have just blown them all away from the trees and out from behind the fence into the front yard, or into that field there of the yard. It would have made it so much easier. And check this part out. I thought this was pretty cool right here. Alright, so I'm going to go down beside the shed, and as I back it back up and come to a stop, look by the Cyclone Rake and watch the leaves you'll see shoot out the side there. See that right there? That little puff of leaves? It's actually because it got clogged right there. And I didn't realize that. I should have paid attention. I was going too fast over the thick leaves, so I just unclogged it and now I'm going back at it. That's just something I had to keep in mind. The bagger actually wasn't full just yet, but it's very close to it here. And you'll probably see me stop, and I'll go dump it here in just a minute. I believe I stopped not long after this because the bagger got full. Now, I'm not done. There still was a good bit of pile of leaves in the front of that shed there. that I still have to go clean up. So you guys won't see that part. You guys will see me dump the leaves, and then we'll go forward to the next segment. Alright, so now I'm going to show you how I hauled the leaves away. I backed it up here, and I'm just showing you guys how full it was. I mean, it was packed as tight as you can. You get it. I was reaching my hand in there to see if it was clogged again, but it wasn't. It was just really full. So I put my tarp down, and I'm actually going to dump the leaves on the tarp, and I had to do it little by little. I did make the mistake of letting the Cyclone Rake get completely full, because not only does it get heavy, but it actually gets hard to dump. As you'll see me, I kind of struggle to dump it, but I had to do it little by little. I dumped it onto the tarp, and then I threw the tarp over my back like Santa Claus, and then I dumped it into the bed of the truck. There was a little extra work. I do plan on using the Cyclone Rake as a debris loader here eventually, but this was kind of I just wanted to get this job done before the rain came, because it was actually raining today as I'm editing this video, so I wanted to get it done, and I just did this yesterday. So anyways, I did that about 3 or 4 times, and now I'm going back over some final spots. This is on the side of the house. And as you can see, I have my accelerated grass catcher, because I can get a lot closer to things with that on as opposed to the Cyclone Rake. So I was able to just go back over some finishing touches. I know the customer wouldn't have cared about that, but I did. You know, I like to get at least 99% of the leaves I possibly can get. So that was just on me anyways. There we go. It's all cleaned up. Alright, so we got that one done. Now I'm off to the dump. We're going to drop off these leaves if most of them don't blow out on the way back there. I was going 70 and there was a nice little leaf tornado back there, so I slowed down just a little bit. Alright, so the dump was pretty busy, so I didn't get to record me dumping the leaves off this time, but maybe the next cleanup I do, I'll get to do it. I don't like recording when there's a bunch of people around, or at least I try not to anyways. I just still feel kind of weird. A lot of people stare at me, but anyways, I dumped it. I wish I did record it because it was funny with that easy unloader I had. I pulled up after people, there was other people there, bigger companies there dumping it out, and they were still, you know, raking leaves out of the bed of the truck. And I pull up and look around and just start cranking on it, and it just dumps out. I look around, everyone stops and looks at me. I put my tailgate up and I get in the truck and I go, and I started kind of chuckling to myself. I'm like, I'm surprised they haven't invested in that just yet. But anyways, so that was a pretty fun one. As you guys know, I love doing leaf cleanups, and as you guys seen there in the end when I put my accelerated grass catcher on the end, I just absolutely drives me crazy. I have to go in and get as many leaves as I can. I have to get like 100% of the leaves, or it drives me crazy. But I love doing leaf cleanups, and I plan on showing you guys a lot more. So if you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. I know it was kind of a long one, but it was very action filled. It was filled with all kinds of good content anyway. So give this video a thumbs up, share it if you want to, and that always helps me out. And be sure to subscribe if you're new to this channel. So anyways, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.